Hello, all my lovely lights. My name is Chastity, aka the Luminary Luna Beams, and I want to welcome you to my channel. If you're new, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. You always brighten my day. So I just wanted to kind of hop on real quick and share some predictions that I did on 6/25/23. So I ended up doing like a mid-year channeling. I was kind of led to do it. Some of them are kind of wild. Evidently, one of them's already came true, which kind of kicked me into gear to go ahead and share them because I wasn't sure if I was going to make this public or private video and, kind of share it with some other folks or with time, basically, if things started to unfold. But I decided to go ahead and make a quick video. So first I want to start off by addressing the whole issue with water. I know that I myself on my Luna Beams channel and on Lights at Midnight podcast that I host with Emily, the fine art medium, we kept talking about water and how there would be incidences around water. Well, here we are. We just had the major incident with the submarine that everybody's been talking about, and I highly feel like there will be more incidents with water, accidents especially. We have a lot of things going retrograde right now, which means basically backtrack. There's a lot more to it because there's several of our outer planets in retrograde, which can end up causing good and bad things, technically, when you're talking in terms of cosmic energy. But yeah, I do think that we'll continue to see more water-related catastrophes or issues surrounding lack of water, or even more projects to try to save watery environments, I guess you could say. I also, for the next one, I've got large company merger that will shock consumers. I got it for bank. I don't know. Some of this stuff is almost, it almost came through like I'm reading a headline. I know that sounds crazy, but that's exactly what happened. So we're going to have two companies that are going to merge together that deal with money. So banks, stock, something of the such. Probably won't affect most of us, but some people are going to be kind of pissed off. All right, so then China come in. One thing I didn't share last time was the war in China. I got that so hard at the beginning of the year, and I realized when I listened back I didn't share it. It's written in my book. But I think China is going to continue to attack the U.S. in the form of hacking. I'm getting a lot more hacking incidents, but I think it's going to target more people than businesses and government bodies and stuff. I think Chinese hackers, I don't know if it's China, like the war in China, or just Chinese hackers in general, they're going to start attacking more social accounts and building more social software to do so, especially the influencer community. I think that's going to continue to happen. There's going to be a big uptick in that. The one thing that it's kind of a sensitive subject, but I've got a shooting in Kansas City. I got the victim was wearing all black, and I got the name Matt or Matthew with a F. I don't know if that's related at all, because just remember, any of this information can kind of come in for, a multitude of things here. One of my predictions could have part of my other prediction in it because it can be past, present, future. I'm going towards future, but that actually happened. So I wrote this early Sunday morning, I would say between the hours of 12 a.m. and 3 a.m. on 6/25/2023. And evidently that actually happened or unfolded later that day. It was within 24 hours, give or take, that actually happened in Kansas City, which is disturbing. And heard that people passed, so it was a really sad situation. Then the next one I got, I'll go ahead and move on from that. Around Christmas, documents will be leaked about major pedo cases, and it's going to be somebody high in society. So there's going to be more work in that field, and there's going to be more people coming forward, more documents released, and we're going to look towards fall and winter months when it's really going to start gaining traction, and there might be some type of major chain of this kind of stuff coming to light, which will be fantastic. Okay, so some of these, I'm going to go ahead and say this. Some of these have triggers in them. I guess you could say trigger words for certain people. Just bear that in mind as we move forward from here. So I got a big time businessman or business owner found dead in the form of a parent unaliving that occurred at the prime of his career. So the way this came in, I felt like there's going to be some suspicions. This did come in right after the pedo thing I was talking about. I don't know if that is a correlation or not. Time will tell if this happens or if not, but I have a feeling that somebody that's big time business people know this is going to happen, and it might be questionable in terms of how this person passes. Let's see. Oh, interestingly enough, just odd piece of information. I write down what I hear, so large newspaper will suspend printing and go fully online. That was just random. So then I get some stuff around TikTok and TikTok creators. Like TikTok creators are going to, and this is, mind you, this is for the rest of 2023. This is kind of what I'm getting. TikTok's going to run into some legal issues, and there are going to be creators that try to get compensation from TikTok because of their forging views or algorithm issues or something another. I know there's a lot of information in the contracts that we sign when we sign on with these big time businesses, social companies, that, allow us not to sue them, but something's going to happen in that sense. So TikTok downfalls is kind of what I was getting at. Then something really strange started coming in. I literally started seeing a dark horse, like a black horse, and somebody riding it, like literally a stallion, a black stallion. It was really wild, which kind of could preface the next part. I heard Ebola outbreak that shuts down travel to parts of Africa with like a higher death rate, I guess you could say. Like I heard 80%. A few numbers kind of went through my head. I settled on 80, but it's over 50%. And it probably already is with Ebola. I'm not sure, but something for some reason said 80%. Haven't done any research on the actual, survival rate for somebody that gets something like Ebola. But there may be some type of sickness that occurs in Africa where it causes a lot of problems. Next, I got some information, and this is all coming after the dark horse. Jerusalem wall gets blown up in an attack from, another country. I don't know if it's like the wall of Jerusalem or a building, but there's going to be some type of bombing situation that is attacking Jerusalem, and it's going to make news, whether you get it through your Google or not, because they always give us what we search for. They try to make it a personalized experience on Google, but I'm looking for some major kind of war crime activity in Jerusalem over the next 6 months. The next one I hear is Scarlet Letter. Okay, I heard the word Scarlet Letter. Okay. High-profile celebrity caught cheating on his wife of over 10 years. She files for divorce while both, it's a white couple, both have brown or dark features, but they have white or Hispanic descent. That's the only, I don't know, I can see them. I see them both wearing all black. I see them both with like dark brown eyes. Maybe one of them has blue eyes and brown hair. But yeah, I don't know. I just, for whatever reason, got that. There's something also moving on. There's something regarding like nuclear reactor leaks or toxic waste spillage into a very public river. Now, I don't know if that's going to be here in the U.S. or somewhere else, possibly somewhere else, but they're going to have, it could be a large river that leads to the ocean. Kind of feeling that maybe, or maybe not. I don't know. I just got a vision of like Japan. I don't know if that was in reference to like Fukushima or whatnot, but there's going to be some type of nuclear waste spillage potentially. Let's hope not. I hope not. It might not cause a super, super huge issue, but it's gonna be made public. Maybe, and I'm kind of getting some hesitance from that too. So I wonder how public actually it'll be made, but it'll be known. But if it's going to be covered by the local or even the media, the main media, Fox and all those people out there. But anyways, I'll move on from that. Let's see. So I'm getting some type of infrastructure attack launch against the U.S., crippling communications West Coast. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like this is a plan. And I don't know if it's something that's actually going to happen or it's something in the works. I'm getting a feeling like this is something in the works. That there is some type of organization or group. I'm hearing paid. It's a paid type terrorist group funded by a larger backer. Will we ever know if this ever does happen? Will we ever 100% know who really paid for this to happen? Probably not, if it ever does happen. But yeah, so then I get some information about a natural disaster. I'm getting specifically 4 tornadoes, touchdown sweep across Kansas and Illinois. I don't know why I got that. Killing up to 100 people. Really hope that don't happen. Things that I hope that aren't that don't come true for the predictions, like half of these, I really hope they don't come true. But this is the kind of stuff I'm getting. I'm not trying to fearmonger, not fearmongering, just kind of what I'm getting. Yeah, unfortunately, this is after the whole dark horse thing too, which keep that in mind. I don't know, but it feels weird. Alrighty, so genetically modified storms. I think that's going to be a big issue. I think that, not to get too off topic, but the stuff that they're doing in the atmosphere is going to cause like a lot more powerful and interesting storms. I think we're going to have some record-breaking storms this year where we live, personally, like in the U.S., on our side of the world. Some of these record-breaking storms I feel are going to come in the form of a hurricane. I will stick to my guns and say that we're going to have a specific hurricane hit further north than it normally does. And for a hurricane to come off of the Atlantic and hit like North Carolina happens. It does happen, but it's on a rare occasion that it does it follows quite that pattern. But I have a feeling that that's going to happen this year, and even maybe further. Like, I feel like the winds will push it further up, and they're going to be, I heard it's like a barrel roll. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but I see like Donkey Kong, and I see the barrels coming down. So to me, and then I get the vision of the storms. They're going to hit back to back to back to back, and they're not all going to hit in the same place. It's almost like they're going to obviously take 3 different directions, but it's going to hit the whole entire East Coast in some way, shape, or form. It could potentially cause billions in damage, and it's going to potentially level certain beach communities involved, like ones that normally don't get hit really bad. This could be really bad, and I really hope that's not true again, but it's kind of what I'm seeing. All right, almost done. I got 5 or 6 left. Interesting. Former Secret Service agent speaks on our president's cover-up, exposing truth. And then I feel like I'm looking at, hearing like this just happening, just coming in. Almost got like the first 48, but I realize what that is. That's not the same as news, but in 48 hours. It makes me wonder too, though, if this person's going to end up being taken out, because, the first 48 is involving people missing, so I'll leave that there. I'm getting another explosive and situation, like explosives found in warehouse after box truck was stopped by police in large city. It reminded me of New York. I'm not saying it's New York, but I feel like it's got the vibe, like the busy vibe. Authorities say people have been making plans for over 3 years to detonate the explosion during a celebration. I have no idea. Just Yeah, I just go with it. I just write down what I'm told, but that's exactly what I got. That's really specific. I don't know. So, here's something interesting that normally don't come through for me, but I started seeing this blonde girl, and she's wearing a white like shirt, tank top, and she goes missing after visiting friends, and she never returns home. Um, she's got blonde hair. I feel like she might have blue eyes. I can see her face. I did get the name Sarah. I don't know. I got a Becca, something like that. I'm not sure. But I also got a picture of the man that took her, and he's a white male. He drugs her and kidnaps her and murders her, and her body is located in tall grass. And I see the search coming to an end. The search is over for so and so. So it's going to be something. And oh, wait a minute, it goes on. Searchers discover remains of girl, 23-year-old college student, in a place that was considered safe. For some reason, I'm getting South Carolina. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong for that. But maybe some ties to South Carolina. Some way it might not happen in South Carolina. Somebody might be from South Carolina and maybe went to college somewhere. I feel like she's a college student. I feel like she goes out and she parties. Could this be something from the past? There's a potential, because I was open, so I could have had spirit come in, but could it happen? Very possible. Won't know. If anybody has any information that they know about somebody that fits that description or that situation, please let me know. Or if you hear anything, please let me know, because that would be very interesting. Again, I keep hearing the word dark, lights out, like for whatever reason. And then I might skip that one and not share it. It's kind of a repeat in a way, another attack, but like I feel like there's a lot of people planning attacks. So naturally it happens all the time, but these are like lights out. I'm seeing like a desert setting. Well, mine as well. It's kind of like an EMP attack in a way, but something dealing with the electrical grids. Whether it's this country or another, I'm not positive, but I feel like all eyes are on us right now. 2 more left. I got new asteroid detected to hit one of the major gas giant planets, caught on telescope. Potentially, I always think of Jupiter when I think of gas giant, of course, but we have some other ones. So there's possibly an asteroid or a comet that's just going to come barreling through that we're not aware of, that comes in so fast and just poof, hits it. But those types of planets kind of absorb them pretty well, so shouldn't affect us here at all. And then another gas-like explosion in a factory, safety valve failure based on neglect. 3 dead, 10 others wounded, all accounted for flat plains in the USA, Midwest. And yeah, that is the crazy predictive things that I got. I was very surprised about the Kansas City, Kansas thing that happened. It come in as like a mass, and I just figured I'd go ahead and share some of these. Again, I appreciate you hanging out. This isn't a super long video, but I just wanted to drop these in on you guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or thoughts, you can leave them in the comment section below. And I look forward until next time. Peace out.